Hello and welcome to another episode of What's Inside. Today we are looking at a copy of Candyland. This is put out by Hasbro Games, ages 3 and up, 2 to 4 players. Now it does have a few small parts that probably aren't a choking hazard, but just to be safe, probably don't want kids under 3 playing with this. Now this is the 2014 edition of Candyland, so it's the current one as far as I could tell that they are promoting. So this one's been out for a couple years, but basic premise and outlook is still the same as what you would see on the original. So let's open this up and see what we've got inside. See how it holds up. Now in here we've got 4 mover characters, 44 cards, a game board, and instructions. And if I get the plastic off, we can actually look at it. Now this is the classic game of Sweet Adventures. Alright, so here's our movers. There's our game board. And our cards. And the instruction sheet is 1 page long, so pretty simplistic, straightforward. Let's open up our bag of guys here. They call them movers. They're just the player figures. And there's 4 colors. You got red, blue, yellow, and green. And they're effectively gingerbread men. So nothing particularly fancy about that. They're pretty solid, nice pieces actually. Here we've got our cards. These are just real thin cardstock punch outs, and you pick a card and they'll be face down most likely. I don't know why there's nothing printed on the back. That's a little disappointing. And that tells you how many spaces you can move. So let's look at our board. It's a 4-fold. And, yeah, that's a little dark and disturbing looking. But, yeah, the art's not bad. The board itself is a little thin. This is fairly low quality, actually. It's actually incredibly thin for a board game, about half the size of your usual board games. But it's not too bad. It's a lot thinner than I would enjoy being comfortable with, but it will probably split along this seam here. That's the one that's most likely. This one's actually pretty well spaced. You got the little bit of a gap where this is actually a separate piece, and the paper's holding it together, the blue paper here. This is an actual seam. So these fold over very easily, but this is the seam for this, and because this is so thin as far as the board is concerned, I'm guessing they cut some corners on this blue sealant too. So yeah, that's pretty low quality, but it's suitable for a game as if you're gentle with it. I don't see it holding up over time though. The board is not necessarily the weakest part. It's going to be these cards. The cards are very low end, very low end. These are probably going to get bent and banged up. They're very cheap. It's barely considered cardstock in my opinion. The colors are good though. The imagery is really nice. They took the time and got a good artist to do some really solid artwork. Not really my style, but it's talent at least. So they added a lot of fluff art on here and detailing, so I do appreciate them doing that. But overall, yeah, I'm pretty disappointed with this. The movers are really nice quality. These are solid, and they're little gingerbread men. They're all in the same pose, but these are actually really nice pieces. And the fact that they are still stylized as like the gingerbread men is really cool. So, and the instructions are in color, so there's that. But overall, yeah, it's it's a standard version of Candyland. If you've already got a copy of Candyland, there's no reason to upgrade to this one, because I think at best it's a lateral move, not an upgrade at all. So, I would say that if you find it cheap, like $5 or $6 maybe, but anything over that's probably not worth it. It's fairly low end on the quality scale, except for the movers. If you're missing any of the pieces, it's probably going to be the movers or the cards. But these are really nice pieces. I don't know why they didn't go a little better with the rest of this when these are actually very nice pieces. So, yeah, the movers are great. Board's pretty tepid to borderline poor. The cards are junk. And the instructions are okay. It's just a sheet of paper. It's not even thick paper, but it's in color. And the box is okay. I'd give the box a C minus. You know, nothing special, nothing terrible. But yeah, that is what is inside the 2014 version of Candyland from Hasbro. It is made in the U.S. with U.S. and imported parts, so if that's important to you, then this might be worth that. But yeah, overall, kind of a middle-of-the-road version of Candyland. There's definitely some corner cutting, but the movers are really nice. Like I said, the cards are junk. If they had put some more effort into the cards, the board wouldn't have bothered me as much. Especially because little kids play this, and they're blank on the back. That's dumb. So they should have invested in some actual, like, nicer cards and had a logo on the back. But maybe that's just me being nitpicky. But that'll do it for this episode. As always, thank you for watching and supporting the channel. And we hope to see you on the next episode of What's Inside.